You know, of all the hotels I've tried in Scotland, the Torridon feels most quintessentially Scottish. Set on this beautiful loch, surrounded by mountains, and at the heart of it all, this traditional Scottish manor built by an earl as a hunting lodge in 1887. If you're looking for that traditional Scottish Highland getaway, this may be it. But there's a catch. There are a few design details here that left me second-guessing my decision to stay here. So what happens when a hotel ticks every box you thought mattered, except the one you're sleeping in? Hey there, I'm Don, and I'm bringing you inside some of the world's most unique hotels, so you can decide if they're right for you. I've been thinking about this place for months since my friends Judy and Riley raved about their stay here. The drive is everything I'd hoped for from the Scottish Highlands. Winding roads carved between mountains, lochs that seem to appear around every bend, with each turn taking me a bit deeper into this wilderness. The hotel's in Westeros, one of Scotland's most remote and dramatic regions. If you're going to find that perfect Highland retreat, this feels like where it should be. My God, look at this. This is, wow, this is a crazy view. Walking into the Torridon feels like stepping into a storybook version of Scotland. The mosaic entry, rubber boots waiting for a muddy walk, even the candles hint that I think I found it. The lobby strikes that perfect balance. Ornate enough to remind you of the history of this place, but also warm and inviting. The real wood-burning fireplace makes my arrival just about perfect. William King Noel, the first Earl of Lovelace, built this as his hunting lodge in 1887. Lovelace married Lord Byron's daughter Ada, who's credited with writing the world's first computer program. But I digress. Anyway, every material had to be shipped in by boat. Even the soil for the kitchen garden came from Ireland. Of all my Scotland hotel stays, this setting might be the most beautiful. Loch Torridon stretches out like a mirror to those mountains in front that rise with pretty theatrical drama. It's the kind of view that makes you understand why Victorians became obsessed with building lodges in the Highlands. Just off the lobby, this living room captures everything I'd hoped for. Bay windows framing those wild mountain views, with enough space to spread out with a book or enjoy afternoon tea that's served by the fire in here. The restoration here is so well done. The original characters preserved without feeling like a museum. Every detail feels intentional, from the ceiling work to the furniture choices. But it's not just traditional furnishings, with some pops of the unexpected that tell me this place isn't taking itself too seriously. Next to the living room sits a pretty serious whiskey bar. We'll be back here to test drive this later, but with 365 Scotch options to choose from, I think they're taking this Highland Lodge thing pretty seriously. Next to the bar is this bonus room that, like the rest of this place, is thoughtfully restored with tons of character. The formal dining room is on the other side of the lobby, another space that honors the building's heritage with this more traditional room, plus the addition of this glass room where you can take in these wonderful views. I was here in early October, and it's chilly today, but I think the whiskey is keeping these people warm. But besides this area, I appreciate that the hotel has quite a few nice places to sit around outside, and can imagine how spectacular this must be in the summer. Exploring the property only reinforces my first impression. Well-maintained paths, nice sitting spots, and as I walk around the grounds, I discovered that they have their own dedicated gardens where I think they grow much of what I'll be eating tonight. Everything is well signposted, and you can tell whoever's in charge of the grounds around here takes pride in what they do. And then there are the Highland cows grazing between the hotel and the loch that just add one more layer of character to this place. It's almost too perfect, but hold that thought for a second. I'm not staying in the main lodge. All those rooms are booked up, so I can't show you any video of those, but here are a few photos. These rooms start at $500 in shoulder season and can run well over $1,000 a night in high season. So I'm staying in the former stables tonight, a separate compound that's just 200 or 300 feet from the main building. All right, come on in and let me show you around. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not thrilled with the room. But this is a family room. I do like the size. It's a good size. And look, there's 2 bunk beds here. So if you've got kids with you, I think that's great. I think the things that bug me are like this kind of ugly TV that's just kind of sitting out on the shelf. You can see the wires. It feels like kind of an afterthought. There's kind of a chair shoved over here in the corner, and it's just not like a very special feeling. It feels a little bit like a Residence Inn or something. So I am not impressed at all with the finishings in here. I will say, like, maybe the bathroom's the nicest part. It's not that special, but they do have a towel warmer. That's always a nice thing to have. And then these robes here, so it's nice to have some robes. But otherwise, the room, yeah, pretty average. But I don't think this resort is about the rooms. And to be fair, I think probably the rooms in the main hotel are nicer. I didn't book those because this was kind of a last minute. I wasn't sure if this one should be on my list. Yeah, the rooms aren't great, at least not the stable rooms, but anyway. The hotel offers e-bikes and mountain bikes to explore the area, though surprisingly, they're not complimentary for guests. At these rates, they really should be. But if I could recommend one activity here, it's hiking. There are tons of hiking trails close to the hotel, some that start right here on the hotel's property. Loch Murray is really pretty. I mean, I have seen a lot of lochs in Scotland, and this is one of the prettiest. That mountain is beautiful, the loch's beautiful, all the trees, lots of beautiful stuff. Britain's first national nature reserve is also close by, with more mountain trails through ancient pine forests. And don't forget to grab your free 7, 10, and 14-day Scotland itineraries. Where to go, what to do, and where to stay. Swank style. And bonus points for the hotel's electric car charging for driving sustainably through the Highlands. You know, I started this channel because too often I was disappointed when I showed up at my hotel. But I've kind of realized that a great vacation isn't just about where you stay. It's also about that perfect dinner, maybe a great art gallery, or an incredible hike other tourists don't know about. So if you're tired of guessing when you travel, check out my website where I can save you money and I think help you plan the perfect trip. So far, I love everything about this place except for my room. But the jury's still out, and I'm wondering if the all-important evening vibe will trump the room letdown. The bar is a good place to test that. And is it a coincidence that there are 365 different scotches on the wall? Anyway, even though I don't drink hard alcohol, I can appreciate the theater of it all. For dinner, there's the formal 1887 restaurant where breakfast is also served. I'm by myself tonight, so I think I'll save my wallet and skip the fancy dinner and test drive this restaurant tomorrow morning. This hotel is fairly remote, but the good news is I have one more dining option here on the property. The more casual Bow and Muck restaurant with this spacious bar that's attached. And by the way, both restaurants here allow non-hotel guests, so I suggest making a reservation well in advance of your arrival. The fancy restaurant was fully booked tonight. Tomorrow I'll show you the breakfast venue and tell you a few more things you might want to know about this place. The pillows are okay. I'll give them a 6.5. Good night. Some low clouds rolled in overnight, wrapping the mountains in mist that somehow managed to make this place feel even more quintessentially Scottish. The kind of morning that reminds you why people fall in love with the Highlands. Like I said, breakfast is served in the fancy restaurant, and I really like this room that has glass on two sides, opening up to these amazing views. Not a bad way to start your day. What I love most about the Torridon is the setting, the beautifully restored main building, and one of Scotland's best whiskey bars. But I was disappointed with the decor in my stable room, so if you're picky about design like I am, you might want to spring for the main building or check out some of my other Highland hotel picks. But to be fair, the stable rooms are quite affordable and you get full access to the rest of the place. You should know that this place is remote and the closest town is about 15 minutes away with a couple restaurants and one pub, so your dining options around here are pretty limited. The best way you can support my self-paid quest to show you the world's best hotels is by subscribing, sharing this video, and giving it a thumbs up. It really helps. Thank you. Next, I'm headed to the Both House, just outside Inverness. An 1827 Georgian mansion turned boutique retreat that blends historic charm with modern art and a little bit of design attitude. Check it out here. Thanks for watching and see us in the next video.